Antonio Griezmann has announced his retirement from the international duties of the Les Blues, and the end of his 10-year career with France has halted, being played 137 games and scoring 44 times. So Didier Deschamps, ahead of his clash against Israel and Belgium, will not be having Griezmann in his squad. Barcelona are close to 100 million financial boost with their signing with Nike as their sponsor, so that will give them a good boost for the winter transfers. Ineos has made the decision to keep the Dutchman Erik ten Hag for the upcoming two matches, and this decision was made by the vast protest of Manchester United fans at Old Trafford as well as in the social media after their thrashing defeat against the Spurs, that too at Old Trafford, and that was a 3-0 defeat. Diogo Simeone has accused Timo Courtois for provoking the fans in the derby clash between the Roja Blancos and the Los Blancos at the Metropolitano. Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of FC RAMSAY, and this weekend what a clash we had at the derby, the Madrid derby and the Bundesliga where München faced Leverkusen. But the talk of the town at Old Trafford is where Manchester United faced a thrashing 3-0 defeat against the Spurs at Old Trafford. So Erik ten Hag is not that manager which United is worth of, and Manchester United fans, despite having so many protests at Old Trafford as well as at the social media where so many things were said about Erik ten Hag, but then also Lenos has just made the decision where Erik ten Hag was seen at Carrington early in the morning, and he is going to stay for the upcoming two matches of the Premier League at least. So what is in store for United? Is Van Nistelrooy going to take up the job, or is it going to be some other man? But what is that is happened in this game was a riot from the Spurs and their 3-0 win with Bruno Fernandes and Manchester United men down to just 10 men in 42 minutes. That was all which Spurs had taken the advantage, but there was no tactical gameplay from Erik ten Hag, as well as his substitutions of Mason Mount, Casemiro, Christian Eriksen, as well as Holland in the squad were not seen that good, and the performance of the whole Manchester United team was not that good to get a goal at least against the Spurs at their home ground of Trafford. Whereas Postecoglou from Tottenham, the Spurs manager, is generally having a good weekend with this win. But what it is needed at this hour is that the Premier League table, which is standing tall with Liverpool at the top of the table and Manchester City with the second position and Arsenal at the third. But talking about Postecoglou's Tottenham, they are at the eighth position, and Manchester United is way beyond the 12th position. So what is Old Trafford or Jim Ratcliffe cooking? It is a big concern, and Postecoglou humbles Manchester United with this Bruno Fernandes red card. So definitely David Moyes' record as Manchester United sack sales grow, and Erik ten Hag is definitely thinking about getting Spurs, just sacking with this loss against Spurs. So that was a Lord's outstanding fans cheer moment from the Spurs at the Old Trafford. Talking about the next was that of Hansi Flick, where they had a humiliating defeat of 2 goals deficit, where Osasuna just thrashed Hansi Flick's Barcelona, and Victor and Yamal's 2 goals were just not sufficient enough to get them a victory at El Sadar. So Antir Budimir was Osasuna's 2 goal hero as he just halted Barcelona's perfect start to the La Liga season. But talking about the team formation, the playmaking of Hansi Flick, he has to make certain changes. It is not the most required part of this moment because so many injuries the team is having, where the absence of Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Christensen, Ronald Araujo, Dani Olmo, Fermin Lopez, Frankie de Jong, Javi, and Mark Bernal. These are so much to be concerned. And yes, these injuries are part of this Champions League long season, which will be too crucial. So La Liga table is not much hinted by this defeat, but yes, this is an alarming note to Hansi Flick to get some improvements at Barcelona. But yes, in the winter transfers, Barcelona is going to get a huge boost because they are on the verge of completion of 100 million signing with Nike as their official sponsor. So what is in store for Hansi Flick's Barcelona? Is there some kind of changes to be made in the winters? It is a long time to be seen by the fans. But yes, the new renovated Camp Nou will just add some more glory to Hansi Flick's team. Talking about the derby clash in the La Liga, which happened at Metropolitano, where the Roja Blancos hosted Los Blancos, and Real Madrid, on the verge of snatching 3 points away, were just snatched away by Angel Correa, who had scored in the stoppage time, and that goal was just enough to get both the teams share the points in the La Liga. This game was just halted at the 78 minutes, where Timo Courtois has some objections to the fans, and Simeone has been seen accusing Courtois for provoking the fans as they had thrown few lighters as well as few plastic bags could be seen in the ground, and the game was just halted for 15 minutes. As soon as the game resumed, Real Madrid had scored a goal before this stoppage, but after that it was all about Diogo Simeone's substitutions, where Samuel Lino, Angel Correa, Javi Galan, and Riquelme were seeing those making moves in the ground, and their tactical formation was seen. But the absence of Kylian Mbappe for Los Blancos and Carlo Ancelotti's no worries about it, because the Real Madrid were seen in their basic formation, where the forwards Vinicius as well as Rodrigo were seen with the old tactics of Bellingham getting into the spaces to contribute for those forward striker movements. But the central midfield combinations of Chouameni, Modric as well as Valverde were doing the job too good, and such volatile and such type of efficient players who can change their positions, such fluidity in the team, the mentality of Los Blancos were seen quite enough, and the aerial superiority of Rudiger as well as Militao at the defense was a huge boost. But the most crucial part was that of Courtois, who was having those crucial saves, which was the need of the hour. The only scorer for Real Madrid was that of Eder Militao, and that was a deflection from the legs of Marcos Llorente. Talking about the Roger Blancos, Jan Oblak was the goalkeeper who was having a very good stint, and he was doing those saves from Bellingham as well as Vinicius Junior, and those strikes from Valverde far few yards from the penalty box was well saved by Jan Oblak. But the defense of Gimenez and Lee Normand were not looking that good, which was the need of that hour. Marcus Llorente, who was given a red card late in the 99 minutes of the game, and the game had just concluded with a draw after that. But that was not a worry for Diogo Simeone, as Alvarez and Griezmann, who were doing the job with Sorloth. But the performance of Sorloth as a center forward or as a target man in the striker position was not well justified, and there were expectations from him. But yes, he had to be made a substitution in the first half, but there was a bit late, and Angel Correa was brought into the field at the 78th minutes, and he did the job very neatly. And the share away points with this draw had just confined Real Madrid in the La Liga table to the position number 2, and Barcelona are leading with 21 points, having 7 wins out of 8 games, whereas Madrid are having 8 games played and 5 wins and 3 draws, whereas the Roger Blancos Atletico are 4 wins on out of 8 games and 4 draws with 16 points. So this was all about the La Liga, the Derby clash, where Atletico and Real Madrid had a good confrontation at Metropolitano. But the most exciting part was that of Vincent Company, Bayern Munich getting a draw against Bayer Leverkusen at the Allianz Arena. So this weekend was filled with very exciting matches. The Champions League is going to come in the next 48 hours. We will covering those also. And yes, do join our watch along and have your like and share and comment on the basis that who is going to be the next winner of this game. So yes, guys, keep going, and yeah, bye bye for now, and yes, have this good spirit.